Hello, welcome to the channel. Today I'm just gonna give a little quick guide here. I've got a Stanley hot glue gun. Let me see if I can get it to focus there. A 30-watt GR20, just a standard household glue gun. The trigger has been frozen up because of glue leaking down inside, and we're just going to take it apart real quick and see if we can't free up this trigger. Just have a safety bit here for the safety screw that is in it. The rest of them will all be a standard number 2 Phillips. Go ahead and get that safety screw out, and we can switch out for a Phillips bit. Oh, we're gonna have to find a more narrow Phillips for that one. Not to worry, I'm pretty sure I have one. Now, if you got a bigger job, you might want to keep track of where the screws come from, but being that there's only one safety bit and the rest are all Phillips, shouldn't be too bad of a problem for this one. All else fails, just take a picture of your project before you begin. And each stage that you get to something else, should have found something that went to all of them first. Alright, there we go. Set this to the side. Just don't want to let go. There we go. Now with this glued shut the way it is, probably going to have to use a little bit of force to start it. Probably not going to want to let go for you. But we knew that to begin with. It's already stuck. And hot glue is pretty good about sticking stuff together, right? And this one is no different. Alright, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to plug this in and let the tip heat up, because it is completely surrounded by glue. This is going to make it a little more dangerous. There is a burn warning here. But all we want to do is warm up the tip and then unplug it again, because you're not going to want to be inside with it plugged up. So I'm going to plug this up and let it heat up for a minute, and we'll get back to taking it apart. Alright, I got myself a piece of cardboard here to help a little bit with making sure no drips get in on my work surface. Let's just go back at it now and see if this is enough to loosen her up. Oh yeah, coming right apart now. Still want to be going slow with it. Give things time to release. See, it's nice and gooey now. There we go. Got a lot of little pins in there that have got to let go. Oh yeah, it's really caked up in there. Just want to work it from all angles. And eventually,
yeah. They like warm places though. Oh my god, that was so much hot glue. No wonder it didn't want to move.
alright. Well, there's your problem. Getting rid of all the hot glue. can definitely say get all you can while it's still gooey and warm.
You would.
I'm tempted to put it halfway back together just to get it warmed back up. A lot easier to deal with when it's warm.
Yeah.
So we're going to slide this back in here like this. And go ahead and put this back on there. And we're going to go warm this back up for a minute and then get the rest of the glue out. Alright, we're all warmed back up again. Might as well do a little extra scraping on this since it's all soft. As we start assembling this back together, more than likely you'll have to warm up the entire system again. The wires would definitely ran under the trigger. And little bitty bridges that the wires go in keeps them in place. Now one of the funnest parts of the entire put back together. You got to keep the trigger in there when you put the other half in. Easiest thing is to get that screwdriver right there And then squeeze, squeeze. Give the trigger a little test squeeze there. And there we go. We got it back together. And now, I suggest putting the ones back in, the screws that are next to the triggers first. Because that's the only thing that's sprung. And if something's going to force it back apart, it's going to be the trigger. Alright. That right there should be enough, but we're going to just keep on putting them all in. Now after we get all the screws in and snugged up, I'm going to plug it back in, get it warmed up, and then any glue that is still in there and obstructing something, that warming up again will make it soft enough that we can tighten up all the screws. And then we'll have a fully functional glue gun again.
Woo!
Now you could have easily just went and got you another glue gun. These are not expensive at the store. I think this was $10 to begin with. But if you're like me, you don't see a reason in going and replacing something that can just be fixed. Took a little bit of time, but I didn't have nothing else to do today, so all I had was time. Oh, yeah, that's the one we got to use a smaller one on. And then last but not least, this little safety bit one. Oh, got a little extra glue in there. There we go. Usually on these safety bits, you really got to put a little force into them. Alright, as you can see, there's still some gap here and here. And we're just going to go and plug it in again for a minute. Get all that glue nice and warm, and then we'll do a final tighten down on the screws. As you can see, we have full trigger action, no problem again. Alright, got it all warmed up, and as you can see, it closed up pretty good. And then, all of a sudden, I saw this. You're not supposed to have extra parts when you're done. That goes right in there. It's a little piece that keeps the glue stick from coming back out when you squeeze the trigger. So, now we get to take it back apart. Alright, through video magic, there you go! It's back together with all the pieces back on and a working trigger. there you go. I hope this helped you out. Gave you enough courage to try it on your own. And remember, if you mess it up, you just go get you a new one for about 10 bucks. Never be afraid to try. If a left-handed goblin can do it, you can too. Thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, and have fun with it.